doing today?
We are doing a podcast called For My Future Self.
Here, I'm Callie.
And I'm Serena, like you said.
Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome to our podcast. You know, we have a lot to catch up on. I feel like there's hella episodes now. What number are we on now? See, we can't even count. So if we can't even count, that means you're behind.
Yeah, so
catch up.
Catch up.
But today, what's happening? What is this? What's happening today?
We have a third glass over here because we have another special guest
Yay!
on our podcast.
Guest number 2.
Oh
my gosh. So this woman is a very special person in my life personally. She's like a big sister, and she's guided me throughout my business, and she's just a really great mentor, friend, and she just has a lot of insight on a lot of things, and she's just funny as hell. So I can't wait to have her on our show or our podcast. I keep saying show, like we're like earlier. But yeah, welcome our first guest, Mia ALANSALON.
Welcome.
Hello. Thank you.
I'm so happy. I love her.
So happy to finally be here.
I know.
She was an avid listener.
She is. She always tells me, Callie, I always listen.
Every Friday for my future self.
Yeah, see, what she's doing is the blueprint of what you should be doing.
The blueprint.
Follow my lead.
Yes,
do what she does.
Actually, do what she does, because we're about to get into that.
Yes.
Exactly. So, the reason why, the first person I thought of when me and Serena were discussing, like, who do we want on the podcast? Who do we want as a guest? I said, ding, 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 Mia, obviously, just because she helped me start out my business, and she's my last educator, my last mentor. Mm-hmm. She's just been a really evident person, an important person when it comes to the start of my business, so I wanted to talk to her. So that's how I know Mia. Not only do we lash together, but we also dance together for how long? I've known her since, 2016?
Yes.
Dang.
That's a long time.
She's seen me grow and glow and everything.
Yes.
So that's why I wanted to bring Mia on. But go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes.
My name is Mia. I am an entrepreneur, lash artist, lash educator, dancer, and avid For My Future Self listener.
Hey. Nuggets. Dope. So now that we got into a little info about her, so like, can we start from, I guess, where can we start? I guess we could start from the beginning, right? Yeah, we talk about our entrepreneurship and what we do now, but I guess in your earlier years, let's just say after high school, like, what were you into? Like, what were you doing in college?
So I grew up in the Bay Area, Union City, up until I was 18. Then I moved out here to Sac to go to college. Okay. I went to Sac State, and I stayed. I love it here in Sac. I love it here.
You hear that, people?
I do. It was a great city to learn how to adult, because it's very expensive in the Bay. And I met my fiance here, and I stayed. I love it here. Yeah.
She was honestly meant to come to Sacramento.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like leaving home, I know we're Filipino. We come from like similar backgrounds and households. So was it hard to leave home for college?
No.
Okay.
My mom very much so pushed me and my brother to leave for college, go to a different city, have that experience. And I'm really grateful for that, because my dad was the strict one.
Yeah.
And she was like, yo, if you stay, your dad is he don't care you're 18. Right. He's still going to be strict. So go. Also, she got pregnant with me pretty young. So she got to finish her college degree, but she did do it with a kid, and she did do it by like commuting to San Jose State from the Bay. So she was like, I didn't get that college experience. Move away from college.
For you.
Yeah, and
that's sweet.
I gladly did it. My brother gladly did it. He moved to SoCal for college. And very much so happy that I made that move, because I think my relationship with my parents is much better.
That's what I hear, because you're not doing the typical Filipino thing where you stay with your parents until you're however old.
It's simple roommate stuff. When you're in each other's vicinity every day, you're gonna get sick of each other. Whether it's friends, whether it's your family. Yeah. That's just how it is. But now that we do have that separation, when we do talk, it's
catching up.
Yeah, it's just all like because we want to.
Right.
My parents live in Vegas now, so I go to Vegas all the time.
Hey,
it's just
a
cool.
good city to visit.
Yeah, it's cool that we get to like travel and see each other, and we also travel all these other places. I love it. Yeah.
Wow,
Good
good for you.
relationship.
And I
It's
like how
great.
you said adulting
It's
in
great.
Sacramento. It's a good place to adult, is what you said.
Yes.
And I like that.
Mhm.
Like you
Much
said, it was
more cost efficient.
Mhm.
Because cost of living in the Bay is not it.
Mhm.
Not for me.
No.
Yeah.
Hopefully, eventually, when we're all rich, because
Yes,
we're gonna for our future
We
self.
are gonna do that.
I'm
For our
gonna live
future
there,
rich
for
self.
sure. Yeah.
I'll be there.
That'd be amazing.
5-10.
Yeah.
But right now,
And then it's easy to drive around here, you know. And
Yeah.
like
Suburbs.
it's easy to find like a community here too.
exactly.
Exactly. Speaking of community, like I think one big community that we both touch on is the dance community.
Yes.
So let's talk about that in college, your experience.
Mhm.
I have to admit that was a huge reason I stayed, because I found the project where we
Mhm.
met, our dance team. I joined back in 2015, maybe.
Wow.
That's also where I met my fiance, because we danced
Aw.
together. And that's
Shout
where our
out.
whole friend group is, and that's why I know Serena,
I know
because she's besties
connections,
with
yeah.
Kristen, who's our
Shout out.
mutual bestie.
She'll be here.
Kristen,
Shout out to me.
up next.
I know.
Yeah, community, everything. That's why I stayed. Love it. I love it.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like without the dance community, I feel like I wouldn't have any other, I don't know, reason. I don't know. It wouldn't be my passion.
You wouldn't be involved.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be involved, right?
Bored with life.
Bored, but I'm
Maybe
glad
that's
we
why
had
people
that
don't like
experience.
Sacramento.
Yeah,
Well, they're not involved, or like
Yeah,
they don't know what to do.
very true. People want
Yeah.
to talk shit about
But
Sacramento.
they just stay home.
They
or
just do nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Exactly.
we have friends.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Exactly. So other than like dance and getting into that, moving here from the Bay to Sacramento for school, like what were you going to school for? Like what's up?
So I graduated with my bachelor's in government.
Oh, hello.
After that, I went to law school for 2 years.
Damn.
I did not get a law degree
Okay.
because your girl didn't finish, because I realized that it's not for me. And through that whole process, I'm glad I went through it. Some people might regret an experience like that. I needed to go through it, because my whole college experience, it was all about, I'm going to be a lawyer.
Mhm.
So I'm glad I dabbled into actual law school and actual working in law firms to realize that was not for me, and that entrepreneurship was my way. And I wouldn't have figured that out if not.
If you did not do that, I like
Thank
that
you.
a lot.
Exactly. Yeah.
A lot of people like dog on like finding a 9 to 5 and like, or like they have to choose either or, right? It's like either I go for my career, do the 9 to 5, have like a stable job,
Mhm.
or I just let go all of that and do entrepreneurship. No, you can honestly touch both
Test
worlds.
it out.
Test
Yes.
it out. Touch both worlds. See what's good for you. Maybe some people do live with both at the same time, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
I think that's how everyone should start, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
Not everyone's gonna, but this is just my path.
Mhm.
I started working 9 to 5 right after college,
Mhm.
and I started lashing as a side hustle. So I was only
Yeah.
doing it evenings after my full-time job.
Right.
And I'm glad I did it that way, because the bills were being paid. I was good financially. And then lashing was just additional.
Mhm.
Right.
Hey, it was lit. It was great. And I was able to stay consistent with it for that very reason, because I had that to fall back on, my 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And yeah, very happy I did it that way.
Oh,
I
yeah.
recently made a lash data graph.
Oh my God.
I showed it to
What?
Callie recently.
We'll put it on.
So-
What is that
we'll insert it.
for?
I'll show you. I've been doing lashes for 6 years, and I keep track of all my data, every single client, how much money I made, and for the last 6 years, I have 6 years worth of data.
Every-
So I made a line graph, and if you see it, this graph was very deep when you look at it,
Mhm.
because the way it looked was like year 1, year 2,
I love that.
year 3, like it was so
Trajectory
nice to
up.
see.
Yeah.
And how did you think to even do something like that in the beginning?
I think oh, you mean lashing or making that
Oh
chart?
no, making that chart, like being able to like.
I only made it because I have that much worth of data.
Data.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
In 1 year, it's hard to really see trends, really see, your consistency. So seeing the uprise of that chart, it was so deep,
It's
because
so cool.
it showed my consistency. It showed my motivation. It showed what really happens when you're consistent with something.
Yeah.
Really nice to see.
It's honestly really inspirational. I
It is
remember when she
inspiring.
made it. Well, at first in the beginning of my business, she always made this advice to me, like, dude, like literally keep track of everything that you make an Excel spreadsheet. Make sure you keep record, because it'll help you in the long run. Not
Because
only
you'll see your growth.
you'll see your growth. Not only it'll keep track of like what you're making per month, per year,
Mhm.
but like just your growth and like how you can look back at it,
What
right?
you can do? Sell that template.
Ooh, it's not even a template, girl.
Oh.
All I do,
She's already thinking.
it's not even. It's the simplest template ever. If anything, all I've done ever since I started lashing, date, client,
How much?
what set I did,
Yeah,
how much.
And
And then
into a chart,
it's been
right?
6 years worth of that. So all I did was I just plugged it in and I did the XY graph, and it was so beautiful to see.
So cute.
That's
Yeah.
a perfect example because
So
I think in
inspirational.
business, period, and that's the thing I learned starting in business and getting more into it, is tracking everything.
Mhm.
Tracking your numbers in business is important, guys.
Mhm.
It's
Really
numbers. It's a numbers game because aside from just documenting it, obviously seeing what you did, and you get to have that proud moment of seeing if you've worked hard. And then you could also see like maybe I didn't put in as much work as I should have.
Oh, right.
It's your way of seeing like how much
like a
you need to do
reflective
or
thing.
how much you've done, and it's
You
very
can see
important.
trends. You
Yeah.
can see when I started taking social media seriously, up spike. You can
Wow.
see when I was posting consistently, up
I
spike.
like that.
There's a huge correlation to if you post, you're gonna get clients.
Mm.
If you do not post, you're not going to get clients, and that's all I've learned with lashing. That's lashing specifically. That's
Yeah.
not every single business. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because lashing is very social media based. There's other businesses where marketing is not social media.
No.
So you have to figure out where's your marketing,
Yeah.
where it has to be, and that's where you put your effort into.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
What are your
For
top
sure.
streams of getting clients? You say like top 3
Streams.
ways of getting clients.
Oh,
Not
like
streams.
methods. and
Methods.
stuff. Yeah.
Oh, so you mean like doing clients versus like educating?
No, how?
Oh,
Like,
no,
how
like,
do you
do you-
get that?
how do
Like,
you get
how
that?
is your
Like,
main
social
your
media?
main
Instagram.
sources? Instagram's the main
Instagram only.
IG.
I don't do any other social media. Instagram only.
one? Instagram.
Yeah. I feel like that's where the age demographic is for
Exactly.
lashes. Older women like lashes, but it's very few. Girls under 18 don't have the money.
Right.
So,
You can look at it.
I would definitely say it's that young adult 20s to 30s demographic. That's
They
where
all have Instagram.
they're all on
Yeah.
IG. Yeah. I don't use any other social media. And what's cool now is I'm pretty booked. Love that. That's the goal. Booked is the goal.
That's the
And
goal.
I'm glad to say I'm booked.
Please pass that energy.
So I haven't really been like posting as much because I'm
Right.
like, girl, I
I'm good.
feel overwhelmed.
I'm
But
good.
I'm not
It's
posting
good.
as much right now. But if you see me post more, it's because I'm trying to get clients again. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I get
You
that
gotta-
for sure.
Yeah. And when it's slow, that's when I'm posting the most.
Mm.
That's so true because
It's-
when I'm doing deals, you don't see me as much. But
I'm
then
busy.
you'll see me posting all this like
That's
extra
how it should
content. That's how
be.
you know.
I know.
That's how
it's
you-
slow.
Yeah. Marketing, man, and marketing is different from lashing.
It's so different.
And that's the biggest thing I try to teach Callie.
Mhm.
And that's the biggest thing, because that's the biggest thing I've learned,
Right.
is marketing is a whole different beast. You can get certified in lashes, you can perfect your craft. That has nothing to do with actually getting clients, actually reaching people's attention,
No,
reaching their
yeah.
phone screen. Whole different beast.
It's a whole
So,
different degree right there.
yeah, I've taken 2 business coaching programs
Mhm.
just to get some advice
Is
on.
it beneficial?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Super beneficial. Every time I've done it, I've seen a huge spike in income, clients. It's just, these are the things you need to invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Some
yeah,
people
exactly.
who want to be entrepreneurs or actual entrepreneurs are scared to invest their money and invest their time. That's all you gotta.
That's
you just
all
gotta,
you
you gotta
have.
invest in
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
Investing with your time is taking the time to make content and like record content and investing in yourself, man. Like if it costs money, that lash certification is not cheap,
It's not.
but you make it back pretty quick.
Yeah.
And then from there, what's great is it's all income.
Mhm.
Because expenses for lashing, there's not a lot. There's not a lot at all. It's all you're spending your time
Yeah.
and your skill, and that's what people are paying for.
Exactly. They're paying for the service and like your sacrifice and just all of the labor of it, basically,
Yes.
and your art, your craft,
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff. I want to say when it comes to building your platform as an artist or as a business owner, even in lashing or whatever, like you have to find your individuality and your
Mhm.
brand. It's so hard, especially going into lashing in the beginning. I felt like I didn't know myself because I was looking at all these other lash artists and like pretty much
So many
everyone
out
looks.
there.
There's
So many.
countless. There's
Yeah.
so many, and like one person I'm looking up to is obviously Mia,
Mhm.
and then. But from there, it is really hard to find yourself. But once you find your own brand and like you kind of build on that and like make a name for yourself, then that's when I started finding more clients.
You get excited about it. I get excited. More passion comes out into your work.
Like as soon as I rebranded my business and kind of like made it more me, then me try to cater to the algorithm, me try to cater to social media and how everyone else's like brands look. As soon as I made it individual to myself, then that's when I started seeing more outcome, more clients, more people that like saw my work and kind of like, I don't know, they connected to it differently versus, I don't know, I saw more come to me.
Being personable, being relatable.
Yeah, and that's hard. It is hard. It's not taught. And it's something that we both and all of us have to like learn as we go.
It's a journey. We're still learning.
Social media is so stupid
because it keeps changing. You got to go with trends.
They keep adding more apps.
What are you doing? Like, and more ads? Why? It's clouding our ads.
Like aesthetics and pages and like having to make it all uniform. And
it's hard, but you have to, I honestly, since our work is social media based, you have to do that. Like,
it's better to do it than not, honestly.
It's so beneficial to you and your business if you make it aesthetically pleasing to yourself. Like have the
post
color
consistently.
Logo. Yeah.
But also post different things. If you're posting consistently, like the same thing.
Yeah, she gave me that advice.
It won't hit.
She gave me that advice before. She's like, dude, try to find something different. Try to film something different. Post something different.
And I do like what you've been posting.
Thank you. It's
I love both of your guys. Just social media in general. You guys are very good at social media because I feel like I'm not. I feel like I forced myself to be, but I don't like it.
That way.
Yeah. I don't like doing social media. Oh my god. So my next like business endeavor, whatever it may be, I do not want my one marketing source to be social media.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel.
Yeah. What other methods are there besides social media?
Well, there's a whole bunch of things. For instance, pharmaceutical sales reps, they sell to doctors. You know what I mean?
Like specific demographics.
Yeah, like it doesn't, like social media is the big thing now.
It is.
But there's so many other types of businesses. So one of my long-term goals, hopefully in the more shorter term, is what I've been telling Callie. I want to own salon suites and rent them out to other estheticians / artists, Cosmo. Yes, barbers, whatever it may be. Because I want to not lash anymore.
Yes,
lashing is a hustle.
It is.
What I mean by hustle is you're sitting there physically doing the work and you're making money for it. Great. But I feel like my next step is passive income. You guys were talking about this.
Yeah.
Yes. I think in order to get to passive income, you need a hustle.
Yep.
So whatever your hustle may be, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether it's your 9 to 5, however you make your money, now I think my next step is to invest.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I totally spent my 20s educating myself and hustling. And I'm very proud to say that. Very proud to say that.
I love that.
So now as I approach my 30s, I'm 29, so the 30s are coming. But I'm super excited.
Yeah, 30s
I'm
are
super
going to be
excited.
prime time.
Because my 30s, baby.
They're going to be prime.
I'm very excited because I'm ready to like invest and have my money work for me. My next step is totally the salon suites. Future Mia for my future self. You already have those salon suites, girl.
Yay! Congrats! Go Mia! Congrats to me.
I love that. If you need a commercial realtor, let me know.
Yes, I do. I will.
She has. Mia's been talking about this goal for so long.
But my goals keep changing.
That's okay. That's okay.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
I tell you about 5 goals every fucking year.
She literally does.
Am I allowed to cuss? I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah,
it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
My goals change all the time, and I feel like people in their 20s, that's what stresses them out. That's what makes them depressed. I feel like we need to switch that, and it needs to make us excited. It needs to make us ready for our goals. Because it is exciting. I feel like everything is about the process. People worry about the goal, getting that degree, getting the job,
outcome, whatever it is.
Getting the money figure, whether it's 6 figures, whether it's $1 million. Like, once you hit that goal, it's like, woo!
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but like, did you even enjoy the process?
Yeah.
Like, for me, my whole life is about the process. And I think that's why I'm very happy. I think that's why I'm very motivated and I love my life. To be so honest, I feel like I can genuinely say that. It's because I'm enjoying the process.
Dude, yeah, I think Mia, she doesn't settle, if that makes sense. She knows herself, she knows what she wants, and if it doesn't suit her anymore, be gone.
Yes.
And you seem like, because I don't know you as close, but you seem like the type of person that doesn't overthink or like stress about it. Like
I agree.
If something didn't work out, you're not going to be hung up on it. You're just going to be like, what's next?
Because girl, I definitely have tried businesses that did not work out for me. But I don't look at that as a bad thing.
Yeah.
Girl, these last couple episodes, she kept using the word failure. And I was like, Callie. On my phone screen, Callie. I don't like that word. I don't like that word.
Yeah.
But it's all about switching it, right?
Right.
I don't like that word because it's not a failure if it wasn't meant for you.
Exactly.
Right.
So a couple years ago, I started a magnetic lash line, and I sold magnetic lashes. So mind you, completely different business from doing lashing, because that's like a service and this was a product.
Right.
Two different businesses.
Yeah.
I learned a lot. I learned how to speak with manufacturers, how to all the things in regards to a product business. And then I also learned that was not for me.
Yeah.
But I know some friends who have product businesses and they're killing it. You know what I mean? But you learn things about yourself.
Yeah.
What you like, what you don't like. I also got into real estate videography at one point. And this girl here,
I was like, come to my open house.
yes, this girl here hooked it up for me because she gave me all these houses to
They were nice houses.
Yeah, she gave me
She gave her a fat house.
houses. And I realized with that, I'm like, oh, I hate editing. So I outsourced my editing.
There you go.
And then I was like, oh, I don't even like filming.
Okay, well.
So you know what I mean? It's like trying things.
Right.
I don't regret trying those at all.
No, it was actually fun for you.
Because I'm such an entrepreneur. I'm trying different entrepreneur things and I'm learning what works for me, what doesn't. And what totally works for me is lashing.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. I'm hella good at it now. I have a lot of clients, love that. And then I'm trying other areas and learning what doesn't work for me. And I'm very loud with that too.
Exactly.
I'm so happy.
Entrepreneur, anyone like trying to get into this needs this mindset. Because even us two, I mean, you heard us talk about our struggles.
Yeah.
We're still maybe, like, you've been in it for longer. And, you know, we're still trying to figure it out. And so it's sometimes when you're in it and you go through all these things and, like, feel like it's getting really tough because you know it's not for you. How do you keep your head up? Like, what's going on through your head when maybe you mess up or, you know, things don't work out? How'd you make your mindset like that? Were you always like that?
Yeah.
I truly feel like I'm just on to the next thing. I don't know. That's a good question because, girl, I don't dwell. I'm realizing I don't dwell. I'm excited about whatever's next. I don't know. I'm just describing my experience.
No, this is me for sure.
It's very true. I don't feel like I stress myself.
Yeah.
At the same time, like I said, I've been doing all of these entrepreneur ventures with a 9-to-5. Yeah. So I think it's different when money is funny.
When you have
money isn't
money funny.
No, it's very true. When your money isn't consistent, when you're worried about rent, that I don't worry about that.
Yeah.
There's that. Some people, when they want to be an entrepreneur, they think of only how it would be them doing that business full time, when it's like you gotta start part-time to even get to the full-time.
Exactly.
Start part-time, start doing it while you have another job, while you have secure income, you know what I mean? Because by that time, when it builds and builds and builds, then there will be a point where, okay, now this is taking up too much of my time, I need to go full-time in it. I feel like that's a great time, financially at least, to build your business. And I don't know why, some people skip baby steps or don't even want to do the baby steps to get there. They just kind of want the end goal, the making money part.
Right, but it takes work. It takes legit
6
legit
years
work,
of lashes.
legit work, time, sacrifice, and a lot of people they strive for the end, but they don't realize how much work it actually takes. And once they do realize that, maybe that's what's stopping them. You know what? Maybe that's what's stopping them from pursuing it, because they're dwelling on like what will happen, but like. What are you gonna do? What it takes? Are you gonna do what it takes to get there? Like, it takes a certain person and a certain mindset for people to get there, and it's hard. But like, if you're really passionate about something and you really want something done for you in your life, and you think and you do owe it to yourself, then I think
be consistent.
For sure.
So worth it.
And like you said, baby steps. I think a lot of people going into entrepreneurship or wanting to start their own business, they, again, like you said, look at the outcome and. It doesn't even have to be such a grand gesture. I think that's what people get in their heads. Like,
it's baby steps
if
every
I want
day.
to be a millionaire, I need to do something outside of something so different, something crazy. And that's what what's going to overwhelm people.
Exactly.
What you have to do, like she said, is the consistency of those baby steps.
Yep.
Yeah.
And when you look at it like that, it's not as hard, right? Because it's baby
Day to
steps,
day,
tiny little
it's-
habits.
yeah.
Especially if you have another job
For sure.
and you're working on something else, just take an hour of your day. You have an hour, okay?
Right.
Get off the couch, get off TikTok. You have that hour to do something to move forward in whatever else you
Your
want to do.
craft. No,
And that's
for
something
sure.
to be proud of. Just that
Yeah.
one step can make a huge difference rather than just sitting and wishing.
Yeah, that part.
I have multiple
Keep
friends.
talking. I'm gonna turn on the light.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
have multiple friends who started a side hustle and it was part-time and it just got so big they had to go full-time with it.
Yeah.
And that is the goal.
That is
That's
the goal.
legit the goal.
And it was a complete product of their consistency.
Yep.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And I feel like the word consistency,
It's the biggest thing. It's like
the word
everything.
consistency, it gets
all you need.
overplayed. It's like very like cliche for people to say, "Oh, I have to be consistent." But honestly, truthfully, 100%, it's that.
It's everything.
It's everything. It's
Mhm.
everything within the word and in itself, and like what you choose to put into, like the work you want to put into it. Like you can't expect all these things to happen for you out of thin air. Like,
Mhm.
because then if you do, then like I feel like, well, then we're not putting in the work. Like all these people who have made it there, they didn't put any work in. No,
Yeah.
they put in hella work. They sacrificed their whole time, their life, everything. But it isn't as scary like what Serena says if you break it down like that. Start
Yes.
small. It's the small wins. I feel like a lot of the time I also dog myself on the small wins, and I feel like they're not important, they're not significant. When in reality, in the bigger picture, they are the most important things. Like the smallest thing that happens to you, or like that you do, when you're living in it, it might be like microscopic to you, but like 5 years from now, 4 years from now, that might be the biggest difference. Like that's the best decision you've ever made. You
I've seen
know?
a graph where it goes like your habits, and it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
and boom,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like boom, and I was like, yeah, that's so true.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, and this goes with life. Not even just starting your business. It's
Mhm.
just like if you're consistent at your craft and like what you want to accomplish within your own personal life, then it takes that consistency and that commitment to yourself.
Yep.
Not even to like the thing that you're doing. Like you owe it to yourself. You like if I don't know, I value myself. So like I feel like we owe it to ourselves
starts
to
with that.
invest. Like
That's
what
where it
Mia
starts.
yeah, what Mia said, like it's an investment within yourself. So if you choose yourself, then
And how do you feel about? I mean, maybe you too.
right.
About the culture right now with social media really glorifying entrepreneurship, which can put a pressure on people to feel like they need to, like for example,
Mhm.
I'll see other realtors online,
Right.
and it seems like they're just killing it. They're superstars. They're doing all these things,
Right.
and it makes me feel like sometimes I have to do that too.
No, yeah.
But at the end of the day, like we said, we have to find our own way.
Mhm.
But the struggle of social media and seeing what other people are doing and seeing that they're succeeding with that, trying to block out like
The
that
noise. Yeah.
that noise of feeling like you have to follow in all those footsteps. And yes, it's good to get inspiration, and of course we go to social media for that, or like to get tips and advice and all that. But at some point it gets a little too much overload of like
Yeah.
things to be
Overexposure.
doing.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about that, like the social media aspect of it all? And with so many realtors and lash people out there,
Right.
how do you block that noise?
That's hard because
I-
I would be lying if I would say like, oh, I don't let it get to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I feel like that's a lie. I don't know. How about you?
Oh no, very true. I think it's important to take inspo, but distinguish that from being envious.
Yes.
I think a lot of realtors posting on social media is a great thing. We just have to look at it that way. Same thing with lash artists.
Right.
Something I told Callie is, it may look like there's a million lash artists. It may look like the market is oversaturated. First of all, when we talk about oversaturation, I don't like that, because what I see when it comes to an oversaturated market is a huge business opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Oversaturated means hella clients,
Clients out there.
hella people partaking in this industry. Like that sounds like great to me.
Mm-hmm.
Also, when you really look at like all these lash artists on Instagram, there's like 10% actually doing the thing. It's true. Actually being consistent, actually building their businesses.
Exactly.
It's very true.
Any realtor could just post, oh, I'm like doing this today,
Yeah.
or like doing all that, or I just made a sale.
Right.
But you don't know what really they're doing. They could have just
did
did a couple things that day, but then not staying consistent.
Mhm.
Yeah. Just that one post that you see from that person, you're like, oh, they're doing so well.
Right.
Well, everyone's gonna post their highlights.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's all mindset. It's all mindset of like how we're taking in this, and I also feel like I don't scroll a lot.
Mhm.
I'll be consistent about my posting, but I do not scroll a lot.
Consumption is a big one.
Yeah. Maybe it's because I'm on Pokemon Go all the time.
Rather be on Pokemon Go than
I love it for that very reason, because it keeps me off social media.
I've been on Candy Crush.
Yes.
She's like the master.
I'm a master trainer.
She occupied.
Yeah.
She knows everything about Pokemon.
Multifaceted.
I feel like something important could be happening, and Mia's just like,
Literally today.
I'm just like,
What did you say earlier? She's battling? And I was
yeah,
like,
because we were
"She's
setting up. We were,
I know.
we were
I was like,
setting
wait.
up earlier. She's like, "Oh, do you guys need help? Sorry. Should I be helping you right now? I'm playing. Sorry.
I'm in a battle. Sorry.
I'm in a battle." I remember one time. Okay, side note. I remember one time, like Mia was doing my lashes, and I just hear a noise while like she's fanning me. You know,
I was
if
fanning
you're-
her, and I was off there
She's
like
like-
catching Pokemon.
Anyways, she'll go back to lashing.
It's called being productive
multitasking.
in every minute of your day. No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly.
So
I think
how
for-
many hours are you working? Sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm just asking how many hours do you typically work per week? Like, or per day? Let's make it per day.
I would say per client, I don't take longer than an hour at this point. That's because I'm 6 years in and I'm very seasoned and I'm very fast.
Yes.
I don't take longer than an hour for even a full set.
Okay.
So I would say the amount of clients I get a week could range from like 10 to 20.
10 to 20 hours.
Because I have had 20, and that's my cutoff. That is me burnt out, overworked. So 10 to 20 is the perfect amount of money, perfect amount of not burnout. I would say that's my soft spot.
It's goals. Right here. Goals. Because the average amount of people I obviously work with, or like the amount of hours, it's totally night and day. Because obviously she's more experienced, she has more clientele, everything. She's built so much, but the past 3 years I've only been in here
But
for
she
2.
was in your. She was at.
She was in my shoes.
Yes, and this is what I always remind Callie.
She always had me.
If you look at me at year 2, this was my income. This was it.
Yeah.
Inconsistent, very tiny. And then now you look at year 6, it's 6 years later.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No,
We really can't compare.
It's just you stay in it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I can't wait to get to that level. Because right now I think
But
it's very
Still
like
enjoy.
on and off. It's very
But again, like we say, when our future selves looks at where you're
Yeah,
at right
I
now,
know. They're
when
gonna be
she
like,
sees
shut
you
up.
struggling, she's gonna be like, oh, I remember that.
I would love to look back at my year 2. You know what I mean?
No,
And
yeah.
just be like,
You'll
Good
see.
job.
You'll see.
That's why I'm glad we
You're doing
started
great,
the
honey.
podcast
No.
in this era of our lives.
Yes, I agree.
Rather than like when we made it already.
Right.
Yes.
I love that because I feel like you're right. A lot of people who do start podcasts, they're already like at that level of success. They're like talking big talk about all these things.
We're being
But I
vulnerable.
love, yeah, and I love that we're literally in our journey. Like we
And
have
we
so
get
much
to talk
to learn.
to people that
Exactly.
have in a different season of life. and
Exactly.
business.
Exactly.
and I am that mentor to Callie because my best friend Jen was that mentor for me.
Mm-hmm.
So
mentors.
Jen, shout out
Shout out.
because we're trying to get her on the podcast.
Yep.
But my bestie Jen, she has been lashing. If I've been doing it 6 years, that means she's been doing it 9 years now.
Mhm.
She has a salon in the Bay Area.
Nice.
She makes really good money. Her lash IG is BZB Lashes. If you just want to check her out, and you could literally see.
Follow my girl.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can really see how well she's doing, and she is that mentor for me. She has taught me. She certified me back in the day.
Mhm.
She taught me everything along the way, and because she did so much for me, that's why I try to pass it on to Callie. Because she's the only reason I'm where I am. You know,
Just gonna follow me. Yeah. help me.
Yes.
pass it on because I
Honestly-
feel like the hugest benefit is a mentor, or I feel like the only way you can really even get there is a
Honestly.
mentor.
Honestly.
Yeah. No,
Uh-huh.
for sure.
Otherwise, you're gonna really struggle trying to
You're
figure
by
it all
yourself.
out on your own.
It's
Yeah.
hard.
And this is my high school best friend, so the fact that we were best friends just helped because then we could just talk so much business about it with each
Yeah,
other
it's
because we're talking with each
yeah.
other already. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Huge, and she has a lot of gems and knowledge to give. That's why I really want her on this
I know,
podcast.
I
We're making it
really
work
want her,
because she's in the
yeah.
Bay and this is SAC. So
So yeah,
We'll
we'll
figure it
out.
Figure it out.
Our
Yeah.
future selves will already have that done.
yes,
I definitely want to pick your brain. You're definitely in the kind of mindset where I want to be at, where Kelly wants to be at. Just a really positive outlook on life and business, because it's hard to do so, especially when it's your only income or you're trying to get to a certain point. Now, it brings me to, we're all Filipina. Hello.
Filipino.
Filipino.
Bebo, 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 bebo. Go on.
So, how was your childhood, like growing up? Was it your childhood and what you grew up around is what instilled this kind of mindset into you, or how did that all come apart?
I had an amazing childhood. I feel like my parents are Filipino, but I do feel like they're very Americanized.
Same, yeah.
So I would say my grandparents are the old school ones. Both sets of my grandparents are the ones who brought us here to the U.S. They are very old school, but even then, their English is amazing. So they're not even like, mentality-wise, they were old school, but they're still Americanized too as well. But anyways, like I feel like I grew up, had a great childhood. My parents are great. My brother's great. I moved out at 18. I don't know. I think I've just always been reaching for the stars. I feel like I see my own potential, and it would be such a disservice if I did not reach my potential. I just feel like I know what I'm capable of, so I just go for it.
Even as a kid, that you even started to do that?
I think so.
You were very involved in high school.
I was very involved in high school. I was like in ASB. I was
law school.
I was a cheerleader. I was in the school musical. I was hella involved.
She's that.
I had a lot of fun in high school. It was fun.
Okay.
And then in college and even everything after college too, I just go for things. Law school was a fun experience. Yeah, I'm so glad I'm not a lawyer, but it was a great experience. I was like a bridesmaid in one of my besties from law school wedding. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Everything is about experience for me. We can't get too caught up on the end goal. It's all about the experience, and
that's the main part of the episode.
Yes.
Honestly,
Yeah.
It's just so
it's
true.
all about the journey.
It's all about the process,
mindset,
and as long as you're happy, having fun during that process,
Hey,
life is good,
right?
and you will reap what you sow. It just comes, when you give out that energy.
Is this like
you
a
just get
therapy
back.
session?
I'm always in the dark. Whenever
We're like in
things
our
are happening.
black.
I was like, things aren't working out. And Mia's just like, yeah, oh my god, I had this stuff just great.
Life was great.
And we're like, yeah, it's lit. It's always lit. A.
I don't know what that's about.
No, I love it. I love it.
No, but
I love it. I
love
need it. I thought I was a pretty nice, positive person. But compared to Mia, man, I think also based off what you told us about moving out from college and moving to a different city at a young age, I feel like you've had to mature at a really young age. You're independent from the age of 18. So I feel like you've had to navigate through life on your own. And so you need that maturity. You need that strong mindset. You need that. I think you just need that resilience in you to be able to survive by yourself. So I think maybe that also poured into the way you see things now, other than your childhood and things like that. I think you're just personality too. It's just you just have a cool personality. You're positive.
She's like, girl.
She's hella funny. I am
she's the
funny.
whole package.
She's the whole package. She's just that girl.
I think
I'm
I'm hilarious.
She got rhythm.
I'm so honest.
She's hilarious.
I told my fiance, you landed a good one.
Yeah.
Because I'm hilarious.
Absolutely.
Hilarious. She's hilarious. Hilarity. But other than you moving, other than your family being, I guess, traditional in the sense, do you ever butt heads with your parents?
Yes.
I do, and she does. We always.
I don't.
You don't?
Nice. Lucky.
Okay, in the beginning.
Okay,
I think I could start off saying when I was in high school to college, obviously, where are you?
Yeah.
But I was such a bad, I was a rebellious after high school because they were so strict in high school.
Yeah.
I couldn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then after high school, I got to drive. I got to do my own thing. And I still
That's
lived
huge.
The thing is, I still lived at home.
Right.
So my mom was always trying to call me. It was 3 a.m. I was like, all that kind of stuff. But once I, over time, I just did my own thing. And eventually they just backed off. So at this very point now, I'm 26 years old.
Right.
They're not going to tell me what to do at this point. Yeah. I listen to them though. I love them so much. Oh my God.
Yeah, I love you.
But yeah, how was your parents growing up too?
Honestly, great.
Oh God.
wonderful.
Yes.
I no.
Oh,
I
Her
had
grandparents
my
were.
dad was,
oh, okay.
but my mom was the perfect balance to my dad because.
Oh yeah. You mentioned
So when it comes to old school parents and rebellious teenagers,
that. Ooh,
you being strict on them
it
is
doesn't
only
work.
a recipe for them hiding shit.
Exactly.
That's all that's gonna happen. They're not gonna not go out. They're not gonna not sneak out. They're just gonna hide it.
Absolutely.
And that's what my
do it
mom
anyway.
noticed with all of my friends.
Yeah.
Because we always had my friends over, so she got to know my friends. And my mom was like, "Hey, just don't lie to me. I don't care what you do. I don't care who you date. Just tell me.
Right.
We don't have to tell your dad. He's kind of strict.
Yeah.
But tell me." She always just wanted to have open communication, and she just didn't want the lies because
That's
she know
awesome.
I would lie if she was strict.
If
And
they
I
want
lie.
to, yeah.
Yeah, and
for
that was
sure.
huge because me and my mom are super close. She knows damn near everything that goes on with me.
It's good parenting.
When it comes to now, though, because they live in Vegas, of course they still share their opinions
Right.
with me and my life.
How do they feel about you becoming an entrepreneur? First of all.
At first, they didn't believe it. Now that I'm actually doing it, it's like, A, proud of you,
Right.
but they still have opinions. So luckily, I just hear their opinions and then I leave it in Vegas.
Oh,
And then-
that's
in
great.
It stays in Vegas.
That's awesome.
I come back to SAC and I do my own thing. But that was a journey. And what's hilarious is my younger brother got me to get into that mentality. I remember this one time, like my car broke down, something.
Right.
Called my dad, told him. Then I called my brother, and he's like, "Why would you tell dad?" I was like, "I don't know. I don't know. I was freaking out." And he's like, "Ever since I moved out, I pick and choose what I tell them." I was like, "That's a revelation," because they don't have to know everything.
Exactly.
They know a lot.
Independent, yeah.
I'm not like we're so close.
Yeah.
They know everything that goes on with my life, but I don't have to tell them
Every
everything.
single
Especially the things that stress me out, the things I could handle on my own very easily.
Right.
They just don't need to know. Yeah, and when you are living with your parents, all their opinions, it's just gonna
too much,
it's
yeah.
gonna bother you no matter
Yeah.
what, because it's there.
Mhm.
And then once you have that separation, you can finally talk about everything else.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. My parents are great.
Yeah. My parents
If you're
are
watching this, mom.
Oh, my parents are amazing too. I
So,
love you,
since
but
this
you don't need
podcast is also a therapy session, is there anything that you are currently struggling with, whether in business or
to. Life,
self.
work, yeah.
or is everything great?
Honestly, everything's great.
And that's totally fine. Honestly,
I know. I
that's
love that.
goals.
I love that. I
Everyone
wanna get
should
there.
really model after
Yeah,
woman.
to be honest.
I think the difference is mindset.
No, it is, yeah.
I feel like my mindset is just in that positive place. I don't know how I got there.
Right.
Maybe, like I said, maybe it's just because I enjoy the journey and I don't let the journey stress me out.
Mhm.
But in regards to struggles, I mean, I feel like my current struggle is just being burnt out, overworked.
Yeah.
And that is something.
What do you do to de-stress? Like, what's something more you could do for self-care?
When I am burnt out, all hell breaks loose.
What's your advice?
I'm irritated.
Oh, okay.
I just want to like quit everything. I'm like, this isn't working. To de-stress, I dance.
Oh yeah.
Thank God for dance because I do not know how to gym. So luckily, dance keeps me
Moving.
keeps my
Yeah.
body moving.
Yes.
Totally de-stress. It's very real. I read a lot. I watch a lot of scary movies.
Oh,
She's crazy.
I don't know if people
she's crazy.
consider that therapy or
This is
something
how-
to relax.
This is how Mia watches a scary movie.
When she laughs.
She'll go, oh, interesting.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
I
That's
love
my
that.
brother.
Callie can't even watch trailers.
I
I'm
like
like,
Dude, for real.
She's like, she'll be like, it'll be like the scariest shit. She'll be like, nice.
Dude, my brother,
Hey.
my brother just puts it on like it's a casual movie.
I can't.
Okay.
I can't look at the thumbnail.
He like
when it comes to romance, bored. When it comes to
you
whatever
guys are
else,
the opposite.
bored.
Like,
But when it's like scary
yin
movies,
and
I'm like
yang.
intrigued.
She's like
Ooh.
yin and yang.
She's like
I
this
love-
close to the screen.
I love a good thrill. I love a
She
little
does.
little
Which zodiac
heartbeat.
sign? Which
She
zodiac
likes
sign?
Pisces.
Pisces.
She likes the story.
Nice.
You like the story.
That's another thing. I think with scary movies, it's all about the journey. No one
Here
cares
we
how.
go.
This is we're circling back. It's all about the journey because no one cares about the end. To be honest, I hate a happy ending for a scary movie when everything's like flowers. Hate it. What I love
When
is
someone dies,
No, there's a continuation.
yeah,
of the
yeah.
story.
When the killer comes back, like he's alive again.
he's like
Love-
coming out from the
I never
beginning.
got
Yeah. What I love scary movies because it's about the story they're telling, the suspense they're building up,
Okay.
the
Right.
characters they're developing,
Right.
and then the
mystery-
climax.
The mystery of it all. Do you like the exorcism vibe or like the scary killer vibe?
Both.
Okay. Period. Happy,
That's the whole vibe.
happy October, y'all.
It's spooky season.
It's spooky season.
Except I'm spooky all year.
Oh yeah. So what advice would you give to your younger self, since we're in Form My Future Self?
My younger self.
What would you say to her?
Keep going.
And
You're doing
and you honestly
everything.
did that.
You're doing everything as you should. Keep exploring. Keep trying different things, because it's gonna lead you to what you actually want. Don't be scared. I feel like I wasn't really scared when trying different things as I was younger. Just kind of went for things, and then I always enjoyed it.
So another thing I want to touch on is friendships, because that's also very important on our journey of getting to where we want to be. We have to have a good support system, a good circle. Definitely everyone will tell you need to be around the right people to get to where you're at. So how does that play a part in your life and your business?
I totally feel like I have a lot of entrepreneurs that I know and that are in my circle, whether they're like family or friends, or even just like even just like acquaintances, and like we can bond over entrepreneurship, which is cool. But then of course we have a whole bunch of other friends who aren't. But that doesn't, affect our friendship. It's more like you have who you can talk to about certain things, and that doesn't mean anything bad about your other friends. It's just like me and Callie can talk about business all day, all day, right? Like I love that we can you can have these kind of conversations with certain people. So yeah, I totally agree with the whole your 5 closest friends are who you become. It's so true. It's so true. Like I said, my best friend from high school, like I literally model after her, and she's like, "Girl, do this, this, and this," and I'm like, "Okay," because she led the way for me. It's stuff like that. Feeding off of each other, sharing energy, and just doing these things together, especially when you're on the same tip. Business.
That part. Yeah, being on the same, just having the same outlook on things, especially coming from a business side. But not only that, being a business owner definitely shapes how I viewed other situations as well. And like Mia said, we can talk about business all the time. We tell each other our goals and our struggles, and she gives me so much advice, and it's very beneficial. Speaking of Mia, even Serena, we can
the first
relate.
date in my lashes.
Yeah,
that's how you guys bonded
on everything. And obviously, it's not like what Mia said. It's not a bad thing. When we talk to certain friends that we don't talk to you about this stuff, it's just for a reason. Just because I don't know. We talk to who we can relate to.
We're passionate about what we want to do. We're passionate about our goals, so it's nice to have people on that path with us that's also experiencing similar things.
Yeah, and I feel like people who aren't motivated, who have goals, who haven't taken action, need that in their life. Need that circle. Maybe you need to surround yourself with people who are not. Maybe who are doing what you want to do, or who are doing something else but really taking that action.
Maybe that's what's missing for people that do want to get into that. They don't even have people to look up to, or
there's no guys
doing the same things. So where are they supposed to find that inspo? So I totally get that.
No, even if you're not getting into real estate lashing, but you want to get into another form of business, look at who you're surrounding yourself with. I'm not saying cut people off. I'm saying
I'm nothing to do with cutting people off.
Don't cut your friends off. We love your friends. We love who you grew up with.
Exactly.
We love your friends, but maybe add to the circle. Make connections with more people, and
put yourself in certain rooms
out there.
Yeah, and maybe you do have acquaintances who have touched that world that you want to be a part of.
Pick their brain.
Literally add them to your conversation, because maybe that's one step that can tip off whatever you're trying to do. Maybe that's the start of your business.
I've experienced that firsthand, because I have a realtor that I look up to that's on social media. That's freaking amazing. Everything she does. So I went to one of her events.
Nice.
And that was just a sign. I was like, I need to hear what she has to say. And I think I have it on a vlog somewhere. I haven't posted it, but I talked about it, just experiencing her event and what she had to say. I think that's what reframed everything.
Yes. No, exactly.
It's everything.
Because I don't know, this is a random story. I remember I was at the gym at California Family Fitness, and I ran into this old friend from high school who was in art with me. She's doing all these things, and now she's kind of lost in her life. She's like, "Dude, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I have owned a business. I started in lashing. I did this and this. I've been doing this since the last time you talked to me." And she's like, "Oh my gosh, I feel like I need to talk to you, because this is what I'm trying to do, and none of my friends are on this. They're literally just not doing anything, or they're working for the state. Nothing's wrong with working for the state. It's just examples of what she was telling me. I need to surround myself with people who are actually getting into this for
something
their lives.
Similar.
And it's just an example I'm giving you guys. It's just that random girl that I haven't talked to in forever. she all the more validated that point. Like, I need to surround myself with these type of people, and it's nothing to do with what you have now. Like maybe the circle you have now is amazing. Like I said earlier, just add to it. Like surround yourself. Yeah, now Mia is gonna hang out with us more. Like she's gonna hang out with Serena.
I would love her to come back. Actually,
Please
to talk about other stuff.
Please, because like
talk.
I know. Yeah, because I feel like Mia is the one person I can really relate to, and I go to her for everything, and whenever
I'm about to
we
call
do,
you up too.
I know.
Can
Like,
I
Mia,
change my mindset right now because I'm struggling.
yeah, like whenever not only do we dance together, but we lash together, and so I'm just like, dude, like
That's so
I'm literally
cute.
going through this right now.
Yeah.
Like it's so hard. Like I'm struggling, or this happened in my family, blah blah. Like it just all connects, and then Mia's just like she's honestly a really good person to talk to because she listens. She can relate. Not only can she relate, but she listens. You need a friend that listens and not just projects their opinions on you or like what they think you should do. But Mia, yeah, like for sure needs someone or some type of. You need that energy. That's just my point.
Love it.
For sure.
So, do you have any final words that you want to say to the world?
Yeah, and maybe like
message
to the world, and maybe something you want to say to your future self.
Future self.
Anything.
Mm-hmm.
Future Mia.
Look into the camera right now.
Let's
The
see.
lens.
I just picture my 30s and it's lit.
I love.
I just really do. We're about to get married next year.
Oh, show the ring! Yeah, she got
Show the ring.
engaged.
Shout out to Aunt. We love you.
I would love kids after that.
Yeah.
And by the time I have kids, I need my passive income sources set up.
For sure.
That's the timeline I'm putting on myself.
Yeah.
When I'm pregnant, it's go time. Let's set up these passive income sources so I can just be presence for my kids. Like 30s is family time for sure. It's the next step of business for sure. The next step of next income tax bracket for sure.
Yep.
Manifesting. Future Mia. She's gonna see this and be so proud.
Yay!
Good job.
Yes!
Yay.
Go Mia! Go Mia! It's your birthday! Ooh!
It's a
Birthday!
Right.
Yay! Should we end it on there? Should we do the rapid fire?
Rapid fire. You ready?
Okay, rapid fire.
I'm ready. You ready?
Are you ready?
If you could have dinner with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Alexander Hamilton.
Why? She has a figure. I'm sure a lot of people don't know.
Because I am obsessed with Hamilton right now.
Oh my god.
I haven't even seen it.
You need to see it.
Like him, Alexander, not the character from the musical.
So
but
there is
him.
Lin-Manuel.
Yeah,
I would like to have a conversation with him too, but Alexander Hamilton, yes.
Yeah, you did hella shit. Okay,
Okay.
for sure. What would your last meal on earth be?
Round table pizza.
Hey, what would your pizza be?
I always get the King Arthur. Funny story.
Yeah,
Funny story. I guess every time I was sick when I was a kid, I just wouldn't eat, so I would lose weight. And apparently, the only thing I would eat would be round table pizza.
Hey.
So to this day,
That sounds hella good.
to this day, it's my sick food. It's my if I'm sad, it's my feel good
Pizza.
food. Yes,
Yay.
round table specifically. Okay, next question.
Okay. If what would one word to describe you?
Right now, your current state.
One word.
One word.
Happy?
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
so true.
Happy. Okay, if you were an animal, what would you be?
Z, who is my dog.
She has the
Everyone
cutest
says
doggy.
Eugene said his dog too.
I know.
He
So-
lives the best life. This boy cuddles, sleeps, and poops,
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
he's living life, and we pay the
Right.
rent.
And he's
So
taken care of.
Right.
Yeah.
Has the food.
Goals.
They literally they have to prepare.
Oh
It's
my
just
God.
crazy.
Yeah,
he's such a spoiled boy.
he's a spoiled boy. We have to prepare his whole meal. I can't even just throw it in there.
I know.
He's like,
he'll look at it and be like,
Yeah,
Is this it?
he
he's
needs
like,
that
this
gourmet.
is not how it's supposed to be.
Oh.
Okay, guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure. I think I said scary movies. That counts, right?
Okay,
yeah.
scary movies.
Totally.
Totally scary movies.
Yes.
Okay, superpower. What would you have?
Superpower. Mystique from X-Men. What's her shape-shifting.
Oh,
that's
I've just always wanted to. Yeah. I guess if you shapeshift, it doesn't mean you're strong or whatever.
But
But
you have
I
their
have a
features.
different
You have
form.
their.
Yeah.
You have their. You have everything that
To
they
be
have.
like Callie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Shapeshift to Callie. Shapeshift to Sarita.
To Beyonce.
So that's my answer.
Okay, what song gets you up at the party or barbecue?
It's gonna get you standing up and dancing at the
Um,
cookout.
I'm from the Bay,
Hey.
so anything hyphy. Yeah.
Okay, we love you. Thank you for coming. We're back.
This was such a fun episode.
Honestly, this is my favorite episode. Thank you. Mia,
Honestly,
for
what an
coming.
inspiration.
Really,
This is fun.
Seriously.
I told Callie I like to talk,
We
so
want you back.
maybe a podcast would be
We
great
can
for
talk
me.
about
Is this your
stuff.
first like full conversation with Mia?
Yeah, we like hung out, but like
Yeah.
actually sat down to talk. Yes.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So we loved having you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
More
so
guests.
much.
Enjoy.
This is so fun.
If you guys want her to come back, like the video.
Future
Share.
Mia will come back, and then we'll talk about everything else I accomplished.
Yay! Let's go.
Yay.
Let's go. So more guests to come. Let us know who else you guys want to highlight in the community. We want to like touch base
Shout
with
them
them.
out. Pick
Yeah.
their brains.
For sure, we want to have more conversations like this because not only is it beneficial for us, I've been enlightened today, but
Yeah,
probably 100% beneficial for some of you. You never know. Like our goal is to touch at least one person